Remax of Pueblo. Welcome to our YouTube channel. And today we are actually going to go ahead and interview one of our real estate agents. This is Jeff Divelbiss.
Hello.
And he has been with the brokerage for quite some time, and he is a very experienced real estate agent that we have with us on our team.
Thank
and
you.
we just have a few questions for you, Jeff.
All right, Amy, I appreciate that.
Of course. Thank you for taking some time out to visit with us
Absolutely.
and record a video.
Anything for you guys.
We appreciate that. So, tell us about your journey into real estate.
The journey started in 2004. Been doing this for almost 20 years. Got my license in 2005. I was working for Andrews Food Service. I was fresh out of I can't say the military. I went out to basic training for the Navy and got medically discharged. Came back, needed to do something. My grandfather, Pettis Rector real estate. My stepdad, Dan Malello, my father, Rick Divelbiss. There was a lot of realtor blood flowing through here, so just seemed like the right fit. So.
Just kind of ran in the family.
It
then,
did.
Huh?
It
yeah,
did, so.
very, very nice. So you probably had a lot of insight, considering you have a lot of family members that were real estate agents before you, and even still.
Correct.
So, but what's one of the things that you wish you would have known when you first started real estate?
Not to panic. You know, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel.
Great advice.
Yeah. You know, you don't know that when you're new, and with anything, it takes time, and time, you know, gives experience. So just be a little more calm with things. So.
Very, very good advice, and that's life advice too. That's not just in real estate. That's great life advice. So what do you love most about working in real estate, and what keeps you motivated?
I enjoy the people. I enjoy helping people buy, helping people sell. The first-time home buyers are unique. The sellers that have been in a home for 30, 40 years, there's so much love and pride in their house, and I enjoy the people. And you asked what keeps me?
What keeps you motivated?
What keeps me motivated? Well, my kids, my mortgage, bills, obviously.
Your own house?
yeah, but you know, I just enjoy it. And if I've been doing it for just about 20 years and I don't enjoy it, well, that's a problem.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, my motivation is just wanting to strive each and every day to be a better realtor. So.
Very nice, very nice. So you've been in the real estate industry, you said, for 20 plus years.
Correct.
What kind
well,
of,
just under 20, I'm sorry.
just under 20?
Yeah, started in 2005. Yeah.
2000, so 20 years there, yeah.
Yeah,
So it's quite a long
it'll
time.
be May will be my anniversary.
Very nice. I will remember that. Duly noted. What are some of the market changes that you've seen over time?
Well, since 2005, there's been quite a few market changes. Obviously, the crash in '08. So I was told when I first started, it's going to take 2 years to get going, 5 years to be established. Found that to be very correct. So, you know, about 3 years in, I thought I was understanding things and starting to roll, and boom, here we go. So, as it ticked back up in, you know, 11, 12, 13, each year progressively better. Then, of course, COVID happened, and so sad for so many people and their families and their loved ones. But as far as real estate goes, it just, it's crazy what it did. And so the market exploded, values exploded, and also, it wasn't just for sellers, but for buyers, interest rates, you know, record low.
Oh, yeah.
So there were pros and cons on both sides. So it's been an up and down, crazy market since '05. Lots of different changes throughout, and just have to ride the roller coaster. So.
And it has been a roller coaster, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, speaking of your experiences in the last 20 years, what is a memorable success story that made you realize that you were in the right profession?
You know, I have those memorable stories, and they're not success for me so much.
Mm-hmm.
They're success for my clients. And I have those now. I had those at the beginning. Those instances where you're at the closing table and they are just so happy that they're almost crying, you know. And that's memorable. You know, that's the part I appreciate. So I don't know if there's any memorable success stories that I can remember that made me feel like I I've done it because I don't think I've done it still. You know, I'm still learning every day. So
Yeah.
it's just the memorable stories that I appreciate of my clients.
Yeah, that's very sweet, very sweet. And it is a huge purchase, and so it is a very big accomplishment being able to purchase a home or even sell a home and buy a new home. You know, they are huge accomplishments,
Absolutely.
and so it does take an emotional, aspect for some people.
It does,
Yeah.
absolutely, I agree.
So what are the biggest trends that you're seeing in the local market right now?
Some of the trends I'm seeing now, houses are sitting a little bit longer, but longer compared to what? People are still trying to compare things to 2020, 2021, 2022. So are things sitting a little longer than they were 3-4 years ago, 2-3-4 years ago? Absolutely. But are they sitting longer than they were 10 years ago? No. So houses are sitting on the market a little longer. Sellers are still getting pretty close to asking, and asking prices are still pretty high. It's an even market, I see. Buyers are able to make offers not at asking price or over asking price, ask for concessions, things of that nature, able to go to a home multiple times, show family members, rather than just run in, run out, and be one of 10 offers.
Yeah.
So, prices aren't dropping. They were pretty stable. Pueblo's always been a different kind of animal than the rest of the world, or the country, I should say. We don't have the high highs and we don't have the low lows. So we're just on that steady stream, I think.
Just kind of cruising along.
Absolutely.
So do you have any advice for first-time home buyers that are trying to buy within our market?
Absolutely. Get the loan first. Get the loan first. That's so important. If a buyer calls and they want to see a property, I will sometimes show them the first house just to meet them, get them started. But that home may not be something they can afford, and they may fall in love with it. So getting the loan right out the gate is so important. Call me, call your local agent, and we can get you in touch with a good lender. Also, be patient, but don't be patient. You don't want to sit back on your hands and wait for the market to change or interest rates to lower. It's not always going to be in your favor. So, if now's the time to act for you financially, then, act. But when I say be patient, don't just buy the first house you see, and other agents are probably going, Jeff, what are you doing? But
Yeah.
seriously, see a few homes, take a look at it a couple times, make sure it's the right fit. One of the things they talked about during the COVID buying experience was buyer remorse. There was lots of buyer remorse.
Yes.
So just be patient in that regard. But if it's the right time financially, don't sit around and wait. There's never a bad time to buy real estate. My wife, Andrea, and I, we bought our first house. I was 21. One of the best decisions I ever made. So my in-laws were so gracious. They said, do you want a large wedding or do you want help with the down payment of a home? And we made the right decision.
The home.
Obviously, we still had a very wonderful wedding, but no, it was the down payment of the home, and buying young. It's just a giant piggy bank for those people instead of wasting money on a rent. It's just you're not getting the return you should be as a homeowner. So
Yeah, agreed 100%. So that being said, what are some of the most common mistakes buyers and sellers make, and what do you think they can do to avoid it? Obviously, you just said don't wait,
Correct.
but don't jump into a purchase, but don't sit around and wait for, like right now how the interest is. A lot of people are waiting for interest rates to start going down, but there is a study that shows that even if you wait for that interest rate to go down, you're losing equity in the home because home prices are going to go up. So purchase now while you can.
absolutely. I had a young first-time home buyer, great guy, and we spent probably 12, 13 months looking for a home.
Yeah.
Each buyer's different. Some buyers buy a house within a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months, and this gentleman needed more time. And unfortunately, he just couldn't pull the trigger, and each month that went by, home prices steadily went up. So I would say the question was, what's something to...
The most common mistakes buyers and sellers make, and how can they avoid it?
The buyers and sellers make is not calling their agent first. And what I mean by that is, if you're thinking of selling, call your agent, have them come over, sit down with them, and get an idea of what improvements you should make and they'll tell you the improvements you don't need to worry about. Sometimes homeowners, they concentrate on things that aren't going to, you know, maximize the value of their home. Where if they call their agent and we can come over and sit with them, we can let them know and guide them which areas to concentrate on. And then again with the buyers, not calling your agent to get you in touch with the lender. So the mistake would be trying to read the internet and think you can figure things out. I'm not saying you know, you can't figure it out, but you know, that's what we're here for. You know, we're here to work for you. So
Yeah, most definitely. And speaking of working for our clients, how do you help your clients determine the right price for their home?
So what we do, a maximum home value audit, as I like to call it, or a comparative market analysis. And I like to go over, sit down, meet with my sellers or, you know, whoever I'm interviewing with, and then take a tour of the house, take notes. And the funny thing about it is, as you spoke earlier, real estate is possibly the largest transaction, you know, of their life. If they're calling a plumber, an electrician, you know, somebody in trades, and they need to get work done, they're not going to get a number just shot to them over the phone or at first glance. They're going to go assess, you know, what needs done, and they give them a value. Where it's so funny with real estate, they want us to just shoot from the hip.
Yeah.
You know, and so we need to go over and see the property and then give them a market analysis and an informed, you know, market analysis, not just square footage, bed, bath. You know, we need to see the house. So,
Right, and get an actual feel for
exactly.
what it
So,
is.
so you're willing to allow the realtor to shoot from the hip, but not the other traits, which is kind of funny in my book, but it's okay. That's all right.
Because it is quite a big investment when you are purchasing a home. So.
100%.
Yeah. Well, I want to thank you for your time. I do have just one more question for you. So, in your experience, what are some key factors that can make or break a real estate deal?
The agent.
Yeah, that's true.
The people involved. You just have to keep everybody under the understanding that it's a business transaction, and that's tough to do, you know, especially with somebody who's lived in their house for, you know, 20, 30, 40 years. But the person buying the home hasn't lived there for 20, 30, 40 years. And you just have to keep everybody level-headed and an open line of communication. Let's go with communication.
Yeah.
That's the most important, whether it's the agent, the buyer, the seller, the lender, the title company. Communication is the most important.
Communication is key.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, awesome. Well, I would like to thank everybody for joining us, and of course, thanks Jeff for coming in and answering a few questions about our real estate.
Appreciate it.
Of course. And if you have any more questions, definitely give us a call or come see us. You can also comment down below. And if you want to see more of our content, definitely like or subscribe. And we look forward to having you in our real estate world.